let's talk about graphing linear equations. I'm going to take us through graphing this one. This equation is in what we call slope-intercept form, and slope-intercept form is just y equals m times x plus b. M in this equation represents your slope, and b represents your y-intercept. So this is where we get the name slope-intercept form. So the number that's being multiplied to your x is your slope. So in my equation, the coefficient on x is a -2. So my slope for this equation is -2. The number that's being added onto the end, well, that's a +7. So my y-intercept, b, is a +7 for my equation. So I'm going to go ahead and take these values now and put them on my graph. So we've established that my slope is the number that's being multiplied to my x, which is a -2, and my y-intercept is a +7. The very first thing I need to do is figure out where my graph is. And then from there, I can sketch the rest of it based on what it looks like. So the thing that tells us where our graph is the y-intercept. So I'm going to do that first. I go ahead and go to my graph and I find +7. So I just count straight up on that y-axis. So I'm looking at this axis right here. I count straight up to a +7. I'm going to have a dot here on the y-axis. Another way that we could represent this point is with an x value of 0, and then our y value would be that y-intercept of 7. So I put that point on my graph. Now I need to figure out what the graph looks like, and that's where your slope comes into play. Well, my slope, going back to what I've found already, is -2, and if we were to write that as a fraction, it would be -2/1. Now this is important because remember that slope is rise over run. So the top number tells us our vertical change, and then the denominator tells us our horizontal change. So when I look at my slope, this -2/1, that top number is a -2. So that means for our up and down movement, we're going -2, which is down 2. Then the denominator is +1. Positive means right, so we're going to go to the right 1. So looking at that slope, I go down 2. And then to the right 1, so 1, 2 down to the right 1, and I have my next point, which is going to be right here. I can follow that pattern over and over and over because slope is true for any 2 points on your line, no matter how long you go. So I could go down to right 1 again and again and again, and we're seeing that all of my points are lining up nicely. I have way more points than I need, so I'll go ahead and connect them and sketch my line. So this would be the graph of the equation y is -2x plus 7. Hope that helped. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.